Hello and welcome to round number 4 here at Road America of LLBM Lemans, as this week we take a look at the GTC class with the driver, the Boulenwall 5, on pole once again, and we're going to have the opportunity to see what he saw in his pole lap. Here we are then on board with the Boulenwall 5. He is definitely no stranger to being on pole. He is the first driver ever to win all first 3 races in LLBM Lemans, as he comes down to the start finish line to start his pole lap in the GTC class. You can see him here going about 175 going into turn number 1. Clips the apex well, really guides the car in, very stable through here. Going up into what they call turn number 2 and turn number 3. Heavy braking, clips the apex well again, on the gas early for the back straightaway here. The moraine sweep is what they call it, as he goes under the bridge, piloting now up to 140, 150 miles an hour, going into turn number 5, another heavy braking zone. As you can see, he's on the brakes now, shifts down into 3rd gear, clips the apex well, back on the gas early, up to another bridge going into turn number 6. Very difficult turn here, easy to run off. He controls the car nicely. Now going into turn number 7, what they call the hurry downs. Takes it flat out here. That's very, very scary when you're actually in one of these cars. Going up to turn number 8. Another heavy braking zone. Keeps it in 3rd gear. Clips the apex while again going under the Speedville tunnel. Here, this is all about throttle control. You want to make sure you control the throttle, and then when the turn starts to open up, get on the gas really quickly here as we come onto another straightaway with the dangerous turn 11, what they call the kink. We see a lot of crashes here, and if you go off here, your race is pretty much over. As the Boulenwall takes that turn flat out, he's piloting now up to 160 miles an hour, going through the kettle bottoms, and he's coming up into what they call Canada Corner. Going down into 3rd gear once again, clips the apex well as he goes up to turn 13 and turn 13A, overpassing another bridge actually, before he will pilot himself into turn number 14, the last turn of this racetrack, and he will be getting back onto the main straightaway uphill, as you can see here, to complete his pole lap of round 4 of LLBM Lemans. Let's look at the rest of the qualifying results. For LMP1, we have BTR Blazing on pole, followed by clementelithe and the Brazilian MXR Relentless. Look at those lap times, very, very competitive, very close, and some great lap times actually from those drivers. Moving on to the GT class now, we have Johan 1138 on pole, followed by the Canadian Sterling Sharp, and in 3rd we have IX Overtake XI. All top 5 drivers in within a second of each other in their lap times. What a great qualifying we had there in the GT class. If we take a look now at the LMPC class, we have Drake Hellspawn on pole for a 2nd time in only his 2nd race. I want to give a big shout out to him. Great lap time. Behind him is Cookie Monster, and the 3rd XPR Overdrive. Very competitive class there, the LMPC class. Moving on now to the GTC class. The Boulenwall is on pole once again for the 4th time, followed by Celica 94 and Terminator in 3rd. So, what does this do to the standings? Well, let's take a look at them. In LMP1, 1st place, we have BTR Blazing, followed by clementelithe and Paladin Evans. It's going to be interesting to see what happens on in the later races and how these standings will change. It's always very, very competitive in all our series. Moving on to the GT standings, we have the Canadian Sterling Sharp in 1st, followed by Johan 1138 and Nebraska 805. You can see all these drivers within about 10 points of each other, so that's going to get really, really crazy. Moving on now to LMPC, the standings, we have Cookie Monster in 1st, followed by Siphon 68 and Fractal 13, and you can see Drake Hellspawn there. He's only had 2 races, but he's already moved himself up to 4th place, so expect him to move up even further next week. As we take a look now at the GTC class, the Boulenwall 5, of course, he's in 1st, followed by Magnum 278 and Terminator in 3rd. Now, as always, I want to thank you all very, very much for watching. I am Pipin629. My friend is clementelithe. If you could message us if you have any questions, please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.